Hello and welcome to the pascom training series. The topic of today's video is tomedo and pascom for tomedo. Now what is tomedo? Tomedo is a medical software for doctors, surgeries and so on and so on. And we have a very cool little integration for tomedo it's designed to improve workflows in doctors' practices and surgeries and so on. Matthias, what do we need to know?
We need to know that we just have to enable it. So on tomedo's side, you have to enable the configuration, and on the pascom side, you have to enable the configuration as well in the pascom client. If you've done this, then you're ready to go. So in our case, we have tomedo ready, started, and let's see what happens.
Let's take a look then.
I have here tomedo started. I've also started the call section of tomedo. You can start it at panels calls, and you can say always in front. So this is how you work actually with tomedo all the time. We have an own pascom client, but you have this in the background because I think you should work with your main software.
As a doctor, you want to work with medical software. You don't want to be working with the telephone side of things. We do have other advantages, which we'll talk about at the end, but for now, let's just look at tomedo and see what it is.
So now we get a new incoming call. We just wait for a call because we do a real-time call now. And let's see what will happen. Here is my call pane. Here is my tomedo software.
Just taking its time, that's cool. There it is.
There it is. Here I can see this window is from pascom, which says this is Andy. Here is the number. But in tomedo, I can also clearly see which patient this is. And before I even answer the call, I can go already to the details and see who is this, what does he do, and so on and so forth. I can answer the call. If I answer the call, I get the journal entry in tomedo immediately. Not only with when did this guy call, but also with how long. If I want to do some billing afterwards or whatever I want to do. And at the end, I can just hang up. So everything is clearly in the journal and documented, and you know when did you do the call, how long did it take, and how long did you speak actually.
Exactly. And you can actually go into each individual record, and if you wanted to, you could add notes about the call and so on and so on. But I mean, that's a bit too detailed for this tutorial. The next thing that we need to know, obviously this works for incoming. What about if I'm going to call my patients?
The same way around, but you have here the medical record, and you want to call this guy on his mobile or whatever, you just click on the number, and it does the very same thing, but in the other direction.
Fair enough. Cool.
So that's it, basically.
Okay. Right. So that's a really good way of implementing telephony into the doctor's workflows and so on. But what other benefits can a doctor's surgery have from choosing pascom for tomedo?
Yeah, because that's not only this system. If we go back to the screen, I can show our system as well. I close this pane. This is the pascom client. And here you can have different queues for everything and so on and so forth. So not only that you have this integration, you can use also the power of pascom. For instance, if you want an IVR menu for your callers, maybe they just want a recipe or something, then they can press the 1. Or if there are too many callers, you could tell your callers that now it makes no sense because 5 already waiting.
Exactly.
Please call another time. So you can have a much better user experience for all callers.
Patient experience.
Yeah, it's also a user.
Let's be honest, we've all called a doctor's surgery at some point for whatever, and we've either got the engaged tone or we've just waited and waited and waited and no one's answered. And as a patient, it's not very nice. So there are many ways to improve this, doctors, if you're listening. 1, you can improve your workflow, and 2, you can improve how your patients actually feel about you. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.